Buongiorno, buonasera, benvenuti amici. Welcome, my friends. Come state? Welcome, welcome. My name is Vincenzo, and welcome to my channel, Fountain Pen Therapy. We're going to move away from the last couple of reviews that I did on Chinese pens. We're going to change countries, and I just got one part of the next pen that I'm going to be reviewing. Just a few weeks ago, and I was waiting to review the pen until I received that part, which was the nib, a special engraved nib. So stay tuned. The review will be of this Vazir Black Edition pen, a pen manufactured in India, and I discovered Vazir pens are very, very affordable, excellent quality acrylics. So stay tuned, go to my overhead camera, and let's see what this gives. Okay, so we're back, and here's the pen. Very classical torpedo or cigar shaped pen, polished acrylic, minimalistic design. There's really no trimmings to speak of. In terms of the clip, the classical eyedrop clip. Is it functional? Very functional. Works very, very well, I would say. Rounded nicely, so if you need to use it, it can be used very easily. The only thing I would mention here, or that's worth mentioning, is that there's the Vazir brand name. Just a pen, please cooperate. Okay, here we go. Vazir. So there's the Vazir name at the end. Otherwise, there's not much else to speak of in terms of the design itself. We've seen it before. Now, let's get inside the pen. Let's see how many turns. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3.5. So 3.5 turns to reveal what? Well, this is what I find special about this. It's this beautiful hand engraved nib that I hope to be able to close up on, and hopefully my camera will cooperate. Here we go. It's just an absolutely gorgeous engraved nib. Very, very nice. It's a Jowo nib, and I'm going to enjoy writing when I see that design. Very nice. And I think they have a few designs on their site, and this is the one I chose. It is a broad nib. Now, in terms of its feel, it's a larger pen, very nice girth, and we'll be able to do some size comparisons in a few seconds. I find it very, very comfortable. In terms of the finish on this ring here, I think it's very on the threads, very, very nice, very smooth. Doesn't a very nice hourglass. It's got nice thick, holding part here, so it's very, very comfortable. For those of you who like to post, does it post? Yes, it does. Does it back weighted? Not really. But, because it is a lighter acrylic, I wouldn't post it personally, but it can be posted. So there you go. In terms of the filling system, well, it's just a converter or a cartridge. They provide a nice Schmidt converter there. Good quality, international converter. Very, very nice. Good finish. I would think there is a sort of a plasticized ring portion right there. So I would venture to say that this can probably be eye dropped with a little bit of grease there. I think it can be eye dropped if that's what you prefer. Okay, nice tight fit. In terms of the acrylic, very nice, I would say to you. Very, very nice acrylic. In fact, on the thickish side. So high quality, nicely polished. Okay, so very, very nice. There you have, so that's the outside and the inner workings of this pen. What I propose next is that we do a size comparison. First size comparison that I would like to do is with three other Vazir pens that we will be looking at shortly. In fact, I'm going to be reviewing them. But just to give you an idea of their size, I would say that this is probably just a burgundy version of the Black Edition, but you do have a flat top edition right here. So just to give you an idea, in the yellow acrylic. So there you have the first writing, or the first size comparison. And we will be looking at those pens because I want to show you the different nibs and doing that in the writing sample. Now, in terms of the comparing it to other pens, let me just back a little bit. Okay, here it is against my, or compared to my Leonardo Momento Zero Grande, the Stardust. And you could see it's bigger. It's bigger than my Wingsun 630. It is even bigger and longer than my Jinao, the 9019, and bigger than my Mont Blanc 149, and also bigger than my Ranga Abhinamyu, which I've reviewed recently. What's interesting is to compare it to what is really hot these days, which is this Jinao. And the Jinao, I would say to you, is shorter, but much more girth. Just to give you an idea how big that Jinao is, one of my favorite pens these days. Okay, so that's the size comparison. So what I propose next is that we do a writing sample, and I will set it all up and be right back. Okay, I'm back with the writing sample. What I would like to mention is that the pen itself originally started with an ordinary Vazir broad nib, very similar to, let me just see if I can find one for you to give you an idea. Here it is. On this flat top, okay, you can see the Vazir nib. It has a kind of a chess piece motif, shiny. I think they're in-house. They are very, very familiar feel. They almost write like a Bach nib, but I believe they're in-house. And that's the nib that was there. This one is a double broad, but I had a broad. And I did want to give you an idea of the writing of that broad nib that came originally. And very nice. As you could see, I can't complain. Extremely wet, very constant. And I gave that nib a 10 on 10 right out of that box. So what I would like to do is now do the same thing, except that we will see how this Yowo hand engraved nib works out. It should work out nicely. Now I haven't written with the pen in a while, so you will please bear with it. Should it hard start? No, not at all. Very nice. So this is the Vazir hand engraved broad nib, which is even wetter than the Vazir between you and I. As you could see, a gusher, very constant, buttery smooth, by the way. So that engraving was, I believe, accompanied by some very fine tuning of this pen, because it just writes really, really nice. So no complaints here. It is absolutely buttery smooth, No complaints whatsoever. And I just want to compare it to, this is a Vazir double broad nib. So this is Vazir double broad, and as you could see, just as wet. Very, very nice. That's that one. Then it came in this red model, which we will be reviewing sometime in the future. It came with there's an S on it, so it's supposed to be a stub. It doesn't look like one, mind you, but that's what it's advertised as. Vazir S. I've got to say that there is a stubbish or an italic feel to it, but it's very minimal, I would say. But it's a gusher as well. So let's go back to the Black Edition and let's give it my rating. As to the design, well, there's nothing novel. There's nothing special about the design. It's déjà vu, so I'm not going to give it any more than a 7.8, just for effort. Build quality, however, I believe that this pen, for the $50 that I purchased, is a nice 9.5. Excellent build quality, good quality acrylic. Not fancy, but a nice pen. In terms of the nib, well, whether it's the original or this hand engraved, I'm giving them both a 10 on 10. Okay? And build quality, I would have to give it another 0.5 for that hand engraved nib, which together, in my view, would give it a 10. In terms of value, well, at $50 US, I believe that's the last price I checked, it's excellent value. So I would give, value-wise, I would give this pen a 10 on 10. Is it a go-to pen? Absolutely. This Yo nib just is absolutely exquisite. Congratulations, Vazir. I'm going to be looking at your website regularly to see if I can add. I've already got 3 of your pens, and we look to add more. Black Edition, very nice. I hope you enjoyed this review. Stay tuned for my next one. Take care, folks.